Yo! Hey, what's up, everybody? TJ Denzer here, senior news editor for Shacknews.com, and joined today by some very special guests. We are checking out Have a Nice Death. This game has been in early access for a minute. It just launched its Natural Disasters update, and we are joined today by Magic Design Studios devs. Thank you for joining me. Please introduce yourselves.
And thank you very much. We're happy to be here. I'm Meredith Alfro. I'm a marketing coordinator and narrative designer on Have a Nice Desk, and I'm very happy to be with you.
Everyone, my name is Simon Duterte. I'm a lead game designer on Have a Nice Desk. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. And yes, so y'all basically just launched the Natural Disasters update for this game very recently. Can why don't you give us a rundown of what we're looking at here with the new update?
Wow, well then you will discover a brand new world called the Natural Disaster Department. So that means you will meet new enemies, a new mini-boss, and of course a new big boss, which is a lady this time. And of course, there is more dialogue. There is a new gameplay mechanic that Simon will talk about later. So yeah, it's a big one update.
Regarding game,
sorry.
excuse me. Yeah, regarding gameplay, we've added several new weapons. We've added a new spell with new mechanics, such as one which gives you a bonus to when you hit enemies, they start to explode. We have added new curses, which are kind of our passive system. And we've tried to listen to a lot of feedback from the player. We wanted some stats, apparently. So we've added the possibility to view previous run with the score you have, to have an encyclopedia of all the curses and everything that was available. Added a way for the player to see all of the weapons they add into a training hero. And yeah, it's an update to pave the way for the next big one before we launch.
Nice. So this is kind of like we're coming into the home stretch, aren't we?
Yeah, a bit. We've been in early access for around 6 months now, and so it has been very interesting to see the game evolve with our community. So yeah, we are very impatient to see the player reaction to this update, and even more for the next one that are gonna follow soon.
And for those who are watching, stay tuned. Follow, check it out, stay on board. We have some giveaways today. We are going to be giving away 5 prize packs for Have a Nice Death, which are going to include a Steam key for the game and a mug. If you have seen this game, if you've played it at all, if you've just watched any of the trailers, you probably see Death's little coffee mug that he keeps with him. We all need our daily coffee, and Death is no different. So you're going to get yourself a key for the game and a sweet little Have a Nice Death coffee mug. So stay tuned, stay alive, stay with us as we check out this update. And I want to ask, so like many of the different biomes for this game have basically explored different parts of dying, death. This obviously was the Natural Disasters update, focusing on sort of the elements of chaos of nature. What brought you to this particular theme for this update?
Well, of course, there is several kind of natural disasters, so we just have to pick one of them. So yeah, that's what we choose. We want to represent a city very crashed by tornadoes and flood and rains, but also we wanted to change a little bit the visual. So we added another one level art kit, and it's more about fires in forests. So yeah, we want 2 different kind of visual for this new department. But yeah, of course we can. There is too many natural disasters, but we picked this one. Both.
The reason we picked this one was also because as you progress into the game, you dive more into bigger cause of death in the world. So, for example, there are a lot of people that die from addiction, which is a previous world, but flooding and a lot of natural disaster are still very, very deadly in the world currently. We are not going to talk about recent events that happened with some big flood, but yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But like, I love the stylistic choices that y'all have made with a lot of the visuals throughout this game. Like even just like right here, this tornado running in the background while we're traveling through this level. It's so cool, the visuals that y'all have designed for this game at every step of the way.
Yeah, we also wanted a little bit to tease about the new boss that you will see. So yeah, that's why we... And yeah, tornadoes are very cool in the background, so of course we keep that. We wanted really something chaotic for this department.
It was also one of the first times that we did a big test to try to add a bit more color to the world, because previous worlds are very monochrome, a lot of black and white and stuff like that. And so we wanted to try something a bit different, because a lot of players really enjoy our art style, but they want to see more of it, a bit more difference.
I think you accomplished it quite well with this one. Like, this game, I've always liked the art style for this game, but like, it's really just incredible what kind of like background noise you have for some of these scenes and areas.
Well, thank you. We'll say that to our artists. I'm sure they will be very pleased about the reception. So we can talk about this world. You've just met one of the door and one of the switch. It's the main gimmick of this world, where there are a lot of doors that block your path. Door representing certain elements such as water and fire. And as you did, you activated, which unlocked the door to the next level.
We got a big choice here. Do we go for the money or do we go for the mini boss battle?
I'll do the mini boss.
Let's do it.
Already? Okay.
Fortune favors the bold.
So yeah, you're gonna meet Aura's Sinistrosirus. Very difficult to say. So yeah, we moved the stormy enemies, the little black cloud. It was previously on the second world, the pollution world, and then we move it to this world because it fits better than the pollution, and we replace it by the plastic bag in the world 2.
That's something we might do more into the future, because we aren't just trying to add a lot of new content for the endgame. We also want to grow the current existing base and add more enemies to previous world, to add a lot of variety, more arenas, a lot more for the player to discover, even for the beginner player.
Yeah, we touched on it at the beginning, but there are quite a few quality of life updates in this one that are outside of the natural update or the natural disasters biome. You mentioned the run summaries at the beginning, but there's also the new scythe, the new weapon, the new curses and new spells. There's also challenge rooms, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, exactly.
It's more about platforming challenge, right? I mean.
Yeah, our designer as well as our Discord and a lot of our players really enjoy our control of the game, but they wanted it to be a bit more challenging. But we didn't want to change the pacing of our game, which is really oriented towards combat, because there are players that are completely fine with just slashing enemies. And so we found this kind of loophole to have challenge room where the player can have fun with, for example, platforming section or very quick and fast-paced challenge, so that each type of player can find what they're looking for.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot going on here. But yeah, I like that too, where like it's an optional thing where it's just a way to challenge yourself more, earn more rewards. I like that. I love a good platforming challenge, but if it's ridiculously tough, I also like the option to continue moving forward.
Yeah, of course. And yeah, that's why they are optional. You don't meet them every level. Some level are more chance to find them. And as you start to run, the earlier challenge are quite more easy to do, whereas at the end they are very more challenging, and it was very fun for team to change the way that they play the game, because at the beginning they were doing arenas and stuff like that, and now they were asked to do, for example, a challenge when you cannot get hit once, and so you have a lot of spikes everywhere, and the player must really challenge his reaction time. It was very fun for them.
That's awesome. Oh, here he is. Oh, we're getting right to it.
Yeah, this is a giant storm cloud opera singer. He has a full arsenal of deadly lightning attacks. So once he starts singing, you prepare to dodge lightning strikes that only get more intense.
See what you mean. That's so funny too. I like the singing.
Yeah.
There's a tiny tidbit about this manager, is that it's a recording of one of our team members that has a very deep voice. It was very fun when he was recording of the noise to hear him singing. It was very, very weird, the idea of this.
Oh, that was a good one. Let's see if I can say this one. Yep, there it is. Okay. Woo!
Oh, good job. VODS.
That was a little closer than I wanted it to be. That those lightning strikes, the star attack was a little hard to. I bet I could do better if I had another shot at it, but for right now, we won.
Yeah.
Let's see. I like health. Welcome, welcome, Yami.
Yeah, for this update, I think we add how many curses, Simon? 13?
I think it's 15. Yeah, we've added some new system. We've added some new system where we try to encourage the player not to just bash the attack button, and so he has to wait tiny duration before being ready to unleash deadly attacks. So it's a different kind of way of playing the game, but it works.
Yeah, I've always liked the things in this game that actually make you think instead of just trying to mash your way through it. You actually have to use some modicum of like. Well, you have all these features. You have all these techniques like dash and up strike and down strike and the screen filling kill. You want to make people use that instead of just smashing the attack button all the time.
Yeah, but it's always a tricky spot to find because since our game is so beautiful, a lot of players that are discovering our game have never played, for example, a roguelike or an action game, and so it's very, we have to find a spot that everyone can enjoy our game, because we have experienced players. We have, for example, a speedrunner of our game that managed to finish the game, I think it was in 22 minutes, which is very, very quick. And we also have very beginner players that, tell us that they cannot defeat the first sword, for example. Oh, too bad.
Yeah,
Oh no.
those explodey guys really exploded on me.
Oh, you did well.
Has that been a difficult process for y'all to sort of carve out the identity of the game and make it sort of known to players what they're getting into with the inherent sort of difficulty and fall down and try again nature of the roguelike?
Well, it is an ongoing discussion, honestly, because there are some feedbacks from the players that want some things in our game. For example, I know one player that asked us to make a platforming game with our game. So it's very hard to listen to everyone, but yeah, it's something that we want to do, and we are gonna tackle in the next update to try to make the game not more welcoming, but that even the more beginner player can find something he enjoys in it.
And here's that breakdown that we talked about, like that post death look at basically what went wrong, what went right, what you collected, and this is one of the new features to this update. Yes.
Yeah, I really don't understand, but there were so many players that asked for this. I mean, to me, it looks like just numbers and stuff, but some of them really, really wanted to see how many
Yeah.
times they died and stuff like that.
They
So it's
did
very
that.
funny.
Hmm.
I know
Yeah,
exactly what
because they
the
compare each other.
yeah
Yeah,
yeah
and
that's oh, go
if you
ahead.
go on your left, you can see the VIP room on your left. There, in the VIP room, you will find the training room as well, which is new. Yeah. So on your right, yeah. So this is the training room when the player can try the new spells and weapon
Right.
he unlocked. Yeah, this is the new one of the new feature.
And this is like
In,
this is not the challenge room. This is just where you can
No,
actually like try
yeah,
on new weapons, try out builds, see the things that you've gotten, give them a go, and see what builds really speak to you.
yes,
yeah,
exactly. Again, that's something that a lot of players wanted to see because sometimes it happens that player meet encounter some weapons that they enjoy, but for example, die very quickly just after getting it, and so they want to be able to familiarize themselves with it, and that's why that was requested, and that's something that we wanted to do for a long time. And I really enjoy how it came out because it shows a lot of the stuff we have, all of our spells, all of our cape, all of our sight. And yeah, it's very, very charming to see everything. And it's very easy for the testing team to see each weapon if they are working correctly.
That works out as well for y'all as it does for the players.
yeah, yeah. And on the left again, there was a new the new gameplay mechanic, which is the curses encyclopedia, where the player can see all the curses is unlocked as well on the left.
Right. I'll have right over there. It's this one right here. No, I'm sorry. There it is. And yeah, this is
Yep,
so now
this one.
you can have a compendium of the stuff that you found and maybe the stuff that you should be on the lookout for.
Hmm.
Yes, exactly. Again, that's something that player wants to have because a lot of them don't like to go to wiki to see all of the information there are.
Hmm.
I completely understand for them. Personally, I love to go on some wiki, but yeah, it's nice that it's in the game for the ones that you are looking for, and it adds a bit of not challenge, but a bit of goals for the player because they can see, for example, that there are still some locked stuff that they have not yet encountered.
It's such a cool visual that y'all designed for this feature as well, where like the activated, the found ones are lit up and glowing in their color in the background. Like this will be a whole chandelier of curses
Yeah.
when you find it all.
Curses, spells, weapons, everything that you unlock are here. Yeah.
Hmm. That's so cool.
It looks a bit like a Christmas tree.
That's very festive. I love it. Like, so like with you mentioned that a lot of this update, like a good portion of this update, comes out of things that the fans have asked for over time. How do you focus on what requests are feasible, are implementable in the short run versus something you have to maybe put on the back burner?
Some of the player feedback are already ideas that we already have by the past. It just confirmed to us that okay, we have to do that because we're not the only one to think about that. Even our community asks for that. So yeah, some of our ideas was already our ideas. Yeah, go ahead, Simon. Sorry.
And usually we tend to discuss a lot of the feedback with the lead team, with the lead programmer, the creative director, with Meredith here, and see what fits the vision of the game. So like I said before, someone that is asking for the game to just be a platforming game or a Metroidvania like Hollow Knight, it's not something that we want to do. There are things that we can, for example, do, try to offer more exploration, more platforming section, but there is an identity to the game that we want to keep. And so, yeah, that's mainly how we do it. See if it's a feedback that we are willing to listen, that we can work with it. And if it's a good feedback that can offer a wide variety of stuff, that's something that we can do. But most of the time, the feedback end up, like Meredith said, being something that a lot of us have already discussed. For example, a lot of the features that are here are features that were prepared since day one. It's just that it wasn't the priority because we wanted, for example, to be ready for the Steam Deck version or other stuff like that, so that the whole experience was better. But we thought that around midway to the early access, we wanted to do something for them to show that this is something that we want to do with them. It's not just us making a game. We are making a game with the fan that they are enabling us to keep continuing working in this game.
And I'm sorry. I took a hit to the face as I was thinking, as I was about to answer a question. With y'all coming into the home stretch, how do you decide where where that finish line will be? Where what's the acceptable stopping point for 1.0 on Have a Nice Death, and how do you keep from maybe going beyond that or trying to limit yourself from letting further things slip in?
It's a very good question, and I can only answer partially. Like we said, we have some things that we decided that we wanted to do. For example, we want for the 1.0 to have the first part of the story completed of this. So we want for the player to be able to know why the hell the Sorrow are acting up. And there are certain gameplay elements that we want the player to have. So these are our main goals. And how we can be sure to not stretch too thin. Well, if we can do more, we are gonna do more, if we can, of course. But yeah, it's more about choosing what will feel better for the player in the long run. One of the new spell.
Yes.
Yep.
The laser beam. Who doesn't love a good laser beam? And as Denny says in chat, we are starting that first giveaway. Make sure you're following the channel, and good luck. Again, if you're watching the stream, stay on board. We are giving away a prize pack that has we're giving away 5 prize packs that have a key for the game and a Have a Nice Day mug. or have a nice death mod. Let's see. I'm gonna go for life. I like having more life. I had a good question too.
Also, I don't know if you noticed, but we also add some modification to the combat system, along with difficulty, frenzy attack, and also some food adjustments have been made to improve the overall gameplay experience. Yeah, so we rework several frenzy to make them more situational and more impressive as well.
Nice. I love that. Like the fact that the fact that a lot of the stuff in this like it feels like there's as much outside of the area that you like the new area that you added as there is obviously in the new and interesting biome that people get to see and play. So like there's plenty of reason to go back even if you can't get to natural disasters the area right away. There's just so much else to do and so much else to see if you're coming back to the game.
There are also a lot of balance change that we haven't really talked a lot, but yeah, we've tried to make the beginning of the game a bit shorter, not because it's bad, but more because a lot of players want really to dive deep into the meat of the game, and so yeah, they don't want to have to fight 1,000 enemies before they have to fight our first boss. So yeah, we've tried to make that our game doesn't last too long, because we know that some players don't want to have 3-hour runs. Again, we understand them. So yeah, we're aiming for something less than 1 hour, around 40 minutes. Of course, it depends on the kind of player. They are very cautious and stuff. But yeah, we've tried to revisit a bit of the previous world to make them more condensed, but keep the same enjoyment possible.
Nice. And you mentioned it is one of the most difficult things in the world to think of interview questions and play a game that requires reflexes like this at the same time. But I'm doing my best.
You're doing great.
As a going off of that subject of like the version 1.0 and the stuff that you sort of focus on versus maybe putting on the board for later. Has there been obviously the goal right now is to keep working on Have a Nice Death and finish the game and get it to its version 1.0. But have there been any ideas that came up along the way that you sort of put in your back pocket, like, oh, that'd be maybe something I could use in either a later update or another game?
Yeah, of
course. We have so many ideas. Yeah, just you have so many ideas just for this game, and yeah, of course we think about our next project, but for now it's very 100 focused on Have a Nice Day.
Can give you, for example, an example. Sorry. I know that a lot of our players would like, for example, to have other characters to play as. For example, a lot of players like Pumpkin or Little Pumpkin. This is the intern, and they would really love to play with him. And while it is very tempting idea, the issue is that our game is hand-drawn, as we have previously said. And so if we were to enable Pumpkin, it would mean we draw all of our animation of the player with a Pumpkin sprite. It would take so much time that we couldn't do anything else until the 1.0. So there are very cool ideas and some things that we say, yeah, Pumpkin could, for example, shoot its head at enemy and regrow it like a Pumpkin does. But yeah, it's not very realistic, sadly.
Yeah, it's like adding some new skins. Well, it's a hand-drawn game, so it's kind of difficult to to create new skin, because that means create new 200 frames for just one attack, for example. So even if the idea is very cool, and if we want to see new skin or character, it means too many works to do.
Yeah, we're a small team. We are not a AAA studio with 200%. If we were, we could do so much more, but it's both the benefits and the drawback of a small team. We can be focused on the core essence of the game.
I remember a while back there was a conversation about, forgive me for bringing up another game, but Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge tribute games. They were asked if they would do DLC or skins for the characters, and that was something that came up, that it's just so much effort with their art style to create a skin or create a character that has all the animations necessary to run the regular game mechanics. And I could totally see that in this game, where you already have a lot of mechanics in play, and then the idea of perhaps coming up with unique mechanics for that character. That sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah, but it's very interesting and very challenging. I mean, me, for example, when people mentioned Pump Queen, I thought that Pump Queen could, instead of having to equip weapon, could have, for example, motion-based controls. So, for example, do Hadoken to launch a projectile, and very different stuff than the player is used to. But yeah, it would require a lot of work, but it could be fun. Maybe someday we will decide to go back on this idea.
Have a nice death to
Yeah,
Adventures of Pump Queen.
Yeah, a
So
new
prequel.
DLC.
Welcome to Have a Nice Death Cinematic Universe.
Nice.
Phase 1.
The hand see you. Alright. Time to go talk to Brad. And by talk to Brad, I mean beat Brad.
Yeah.
What? Oh, that was bad. I have... Oh dear.
Okay,
That was better.
Oh dear. There we go. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you
on the
managed
chat
to
there
defeat the mini boss of the last world, but you failed to defeat the boss of the first one.
I know. You would think at this point I could beat Brad, but I didn't have.
Yeah.
I was missing some tools I needed for that one. I didn't have my. That's what it is. That's my excuse. I didn't have my ideal loadout. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, I'm Pumpkin just saying to you that you lose against Brad. In case you didn't notice. So yeah, on the chat there is Leon Lunar who asked if we can add some a bit of colors in the world, I guess. So yeah, we'll definitely want to add a little bit some colorimetry, like maybe short filter, very light filter for each word. So yeah, we're working on that. It's very important for us for the players to not be tied to see the same black and white kind of visual. So yeah, we're working on the colorimetry of the game.
Nice. Alright, take 2 on Brad.
So Yeah, in the narrative design we add, I don't know if you noted that there is a soul counter above Patrick. So it's just for now 100% low. So sometimes the soul counter will broke, or sometimes there will be it will be speed up. So yeah, it's just for player who want to notice stuff and to follow some stories of each NPCs. Because we have lots and lots of new dialogues and so some new narrative quests. I mean by quests I mean little stories to more know about that's incorporated and more know about our dear employees.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, we have.
That was a bad place.
It was a trap.
I love that sweet spot on a good boomerang where you hit them at the arc of the boomerang, and so they just take hit after hit after hit really fast. It's always such a good feeling.
Yeah, that's what a lot of players love. I mean, one of the first video we got after releasing the game was one guy that did the last boss with the boomerang, and he had a curse that spawned a lot of projectile each time you hit the boss, and so he managed to drop the frame rate of the game because he hit the boss too many times. It was very, very fun, and he just wrote, I think it's completely balanced.
Yeah.
It's really funny. Have there been a lot of interesting stories like where like you thought you had something said, it was the way it was working as intended entirely in development, and then like once it gets into the hands of the users you just discover stuff like that where it's just like, wow, they just totally cheesed that spot.
Yeah, completely. I discussed this in a previous live stream. There is a curse that gives you mana when you just hit an enemy, and people really like this curse because it makes you launch a spell indefinitely. And yes, it's a good talking point in our community, and I've asked them, please speak it less or I will have to nerf it. And weirdly, people are talking about it less now.
There we go. Arm Squire is asking, so is this like the bureaucracy of the afterlife? Yes, that is the core nature of the game. Death is like a CEO, and he has a lot of irate employees.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but enemies drop a lot of more rewards than the previous update. That's something that we add as well to reward the player, of course.
Nice. Yeah, that's one of the difficult things with the roguelike, especially with one that has high RNG.
Yeah.
Feeling like it's being stingy with rewards is a tough one. And of course you don't want to overbalance it to the fact that where it becomes too easy.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that's something that we discuss it a lot, and we keep discussing about it even for the next update, is how much the game should be easy, and how much the game should be should have a lot of agency. How much should the player be subject to randomness, or if you could choose everything? I know a lot of players, for example, ask for the training room to be able to choose their own weapon right at the start. And while it's not a bad idea, the issue with that is that you kill the whole roguelike genre if you can pick all of your gear at the beginning of a run.
Get out of here. There we go.
Oh, yeah, and you succeed the jostling contracts as well.
Yes, there was one that I took for, let's see. What's that? There was the one I took where if I could beat the Thanager within 5 minutes, I would get a reward. So have you, along the lines of the version 1.0 and determining like where that stopping point is, have you already begun to determine like where you want to stop with 1.0 and perhaps content that comes after 1.0 is out?
Yes, that's
Yeah,
something
totally.
we have talked even I think it was on Monday about the final content for now and where we could decide to head because like we said we have a lot of ID and we have left a lot of ways for us to add new content very easily if we choose so. Oh, was that book sniped you?
Yeah, yeah. I had my finger over the heal button, and it got me just a split second before.
Yeah, you didn't use your frenzy attack. Did you want to keep it for later or?
I used it on the Thanager.
Oh yeah, okay.
Hey, and congrats to the winners to the winner of that one. You are going to be sure to leave your messages open because Denny's gonna need to reach out to you. We need a shipping address to be able to send you that mug, and of course you're gonna be getting the key to enjoy Have a Nice Death for yourself. So congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. And by the way, if you play the game and if you want more info about the game, we have a Discord called Have a Nice Death, and we have a very great community, very helpful, very nice. So if you're a new player, you can go to the channel new player, and people will help you if you have some issues, and you can report some bugs, and you can report your feedback as well. Any ideas? We read all the Discord channels, so yeah. It's very important for us to have players' feedback during the early access.
Yeah, as mentioned throughout a lot of this stream, like y'all have spent a lot of time balancing between listening to what players are asking for as well as like the original content you're going for with the game.
Yeah.
So clearly that Discord is a place where is a very useful place.
Yeah, and even the small details are important for us. So, so yeah, we are very lucky to have this community. It's very great.
Oh my gosh, just die, please. There we go. Alright, what do we got? Permanently adds 1 bonus damage. Yeah, let's go with that.
I would choose the same.
Let's go for a quick. So, out of everything that you've designed along the way here, as far as weapons, as far as curses, spells, biomes, and levels and enemies, what has been your favorite thing to put together so far and have a nice depth? Or what is your favorite thing to have launched in the game so far?
Personally, for it's about the narrative design. I'm always excited to create new character. As long with our lead animator Nico, it's very funny to imagine their their history, the way how they speak and everything. So for me, I think it's a funniest thing to do, and also I'm very happy to see that people are very into the lore of the game and have some theories and have some fan fiction as well about our characters. So yeah, I think it's the funniest part, and I'm happy that everybody enjoyed that.
Aside, I think most of the time I really enjoy doing bosses because it's something that most of our team contribute to it. It's not just me that here is doing stuff somewhere in the corner. I have to talk with the animator, I have to talk with the programming team, the FX artist need to be involved, Meredith needs to be involved, and it's very a lot of back and forth between ideas and how it should feel. And I really recently enjoyed doing the new mini boss of the natural disaster because he has such a core identity and funny look and mechanics that it was very easy to make it, not because it was it's usually hard, but everything worked together very well, and it was very fun to quickly do something fun with.
Yeah, it's a real teamwork. And as a small team, everybody can have some ideas, and yeah, we can pick up ideas from everyone, from the programmers, for the sound designers, everybody. So that's cool. Yeah.
It also feels so good watching so many enemies come out and then you just get rid of all of them in one swoop.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go after him. Oh, I always forget about that attack spin. There we go, that's a good one. Oh boy. I was looking too much at the attacks and not enough at him destroying me. I promise I've gotten past this first biome more than once.
If you want, you have another slot save that will bring you to the second words. If you want to try it.
And don't worry, we're not judging. There are still a lot of people in our team that have yet to finish the game, at least
Yes.
honestly, without cheating.
Oh yeah. Um, me, for example.
I love Pumpkin. I would love to see Pumpkin. Now that you brought it up, I would love to see him become playable. He's so cute. Look at him.
Yeah, but that would mean that he would get hit and he would become sad,
Yeah,
and
we
then
don't.
the player
Aw.
would get sad.
That would be
Yeah,
so.
we don't want to eat pumpkin.
Wouldn't you prefer a pumpkin plush instead?
Oh yeah, merchandising.
Protect the pumpkin.
I don't know if you ever seen the food processing department. Oh, maybe.
Oh, which one? Oh, sorry.
The other one. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It was our update from before summer, I think. Yeah.
It was early July, end of
Yeah.
June, early June.
I like that laser beam a lot. Oh my gosh. Wow, he just had to get one more hit in before, or even after he died, didn't he? Oh boy. Alright. Let's see. That's a lot of dudes. And make them dead. So, as far as like designing the worlds, we've as we mentioned, we've seen the industrial pollution department. We've seen the new one, the natural disasters department. Have there been any ideas that the team came up with, like for places that you'd like to explore but just haven't yet, as far as like that kind of theming?
Reddit, I think this question is for you.
Yeah, well, as I say, we have lots of ideas, and you know there is so many desk causes, so we can do each department for each desk causes, of course, but it would it will be an infinite game. Like for example, we can also add a stupid accidents department, for example, like because some people die from taking a selfie above a cliff, for example. But yeah, we can do this kind of department right now. So yeah, you will see the next one. Maybe it will surprise you. I'm teasing.
Thanks. Easy peasy. Ah, I hate this guy. There we go. As you've gone through, like, and continued to create more curses, more weapons, more spells, more everything for this game, have you found that, like, is there any particular, like, anything new that, like, sort of either overtunes or replaces something old, or where you had to go back and readjust other things to try to sort of balance it out?
Yes, of course. Right before our first update was launched, we didn't give player life upgrade when they defeated a boss, and so player had a very lower health pool, meaning that the curses that gave you health were very more important. And then after this patch, we knew that the player were completely deserting these curses, so they had to be tweaked a little bit. And yeah, it's something that is constant work to be sure that every new content doesn't really hurt too much of the previous stuff that were done.
Alright, and we've got our next giveaway opening up in just a short bit here. So good luck to everyone involved. That second hit should have hit, but that's fine. There we go. Oh, now there's more. That's good. Coffee is going to help. Alrighty. Let's see. now we'll see if I can survive the boss. It'd be cool if I could actually beat a biome on stream.
Good luck.
Ah, he's easy. It was our first boss that we designed. We decided on this gameplay before the gaggle.
It's extremely interesting. This was the very first one that y'all came up with?
Yeah. At the beginning of the game, we had only 4 enemies and him. We didn't have any mini bosses, and yeah, it was a piece to work with because, as you may have seen, he has a lot of fluid and stuff drooling over him, and so it was a nightmare to animate properly.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but Nico loves challenge.
So far, so good. Say that when through the string. Oh boy. Hey man. Just need to get him down. Damn. There we go. Oh. There it is! Yay!
And on the last hit of your frenzy. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's luck or skill, but it was impressive. Well,
I definitely timed it to try to do the last damage with the biggest attack, but I did not expect it to be the very last hit of the biggest attack. That was quite clutch. Whew.
and now you have 3 HP left for the rest of the run.
I'll do my best to make do. Alrighty. Well, we've got enough time to finish out this giveaway and probably at least die, I guess. Get as much health back as I can, I guess. There, that will help. So I don't just like walk out there, take a hit, and then that's that. I have always loved the dialogue in this game too. The characters are fun and their emotes. I love them.
Yeah, we had new portraits, as you can see, during this dialogues.
Which one did you want me to? Is the one that you wanted me to go to still here?
Oh no, go. These are old ones, so
Alright.
you choose.
Alrighty. We'll see how long you can last here. Oh my gosh. I tried to get out of there faster, but it did not work. Oh, you rotten guy.
I think that this is the most hateful enemies.
See what's back here real quick, make sure I didn't miss anything for you. Nope, just an exploded guy. Nope, that's where I came from. I think? Yes. Oh, that was rude. Ah. I have 1 HP left. And then
You
I'll
can
have
do
max
it.
HP. So I'll have more HP when I'll have more max HP when I die. Okay. Were there any levels or concepts that like you tried to make it work? It seemed like a good idea, and then eventually it was just ultimately it had to be scrapped.
Well, I know that the World of the Addiction was a very long process because we didn't just want to do something basic, like, for example, add needles everywhere and stuff like that. So we had really to think a lot about what addiction was. And yeah, there's been many iterations on it. And we are at a point where it's something that we are satisfied with. But yes, addiction was almost scrapped at some point.
Wow. So that's like a whole world that was that almost just didn't make it. And I think I didn't know how long. Let me see here. And I didn't know how long I had y'all for today, but this would make for probably a good stopping point if we wanted to. If there is there anything else you want to share about the game or the natural disasters update before we close it out today?
Well, yeah, don't hesitate to, like I said, to give your feedback on Discord if you have the game. It's too bad because we didn't see the new boss, Catherine Imamura, but please feel free to. Maybe you will continue your stream and you will find her. But yeah, we're very excited to have your feedback about this new department.
Myself, I can just say again, thank you for showing our game. Thank you to our player for helping us making the game, and we hope to keep working on it for a long time.
And that's Natural Disasters Update out now for Have a Nice Death. Not just including the new biome, which you can check out with new enemies, new bosses, but also new weapons, new curses, new spells, a training room to practice it all, challenge rooms to test your platforming skills, new run summaries. That is a lot of new in a single update.
Yeah.
And thank you all for watching. We are going to close out our stream with the end of that giveaway. And good luck to those who have watched. Thank you for watching. I hope you get that prize pack. We will play it out until that giveaway is done. But until next time, thank you all for watching. We appreciate you all. And where else can people find out more about Have a Nice Death?
To avenazzet.com or on a Steam page, on Twitter at JoinDeath Inc. and on Discord as well.
Awesome.
Everywhere.
And it looks like actually Denny is saying that the bot had a mishap, had a technical hiccup, but we do have a winner. So congrats to y'all, and thank you for joining us. And by the way, if you like what you saw here today, if you enjoyed our stream, be sure to throw us a follow. If you really liked it, maybe throw the Shacknews Twitch channel a subscribe. It really helps us out, and you can do it for free if you have an Amazon Prime account. Just link it up to your Twitch account, and you can get yourself a free Twitch subscription to use as you please each month through Prime Gaming. Just as well, you can find everything that we're doing over on shacknews.com. That's where all of our news, all of our stories, all of our videos, all of our reviews, and the pre-articles for our live streams go up. So if you want to see everything that we're doing as it's happening, you want to head over to shacknews.com. Of course, you can also head over to our YouTube channels at Shacknews Games and GamerHub Videos. That's where you're going to find all of our video content, including video reviews, gameplay, unboxings, and even video on demand of our live streams such as this one. And you can find us on the socials at Shacknews on Twitter, Shacknews on Facebook, Shacknews Media on Instagram. And finally, I would be remiss if I didn't bring up our own little project, Shack Pets. It's a free app for iOS and Android, the ultimate battle for pet cuteness. If you have a pet, if you like taking pictures of your pet, if you want to prove to others that your pet is the cutest of the bunch, you gotta check out Shack Pets and bring it. Oh my gosh, did the stream freeze? Huh. Oh no. Well, that's weird. Kiel still. It sounds like Kiel can still hear me, but we're just stuck on a. Well, that's a weird one. I've never seen that happen before. Cool and interesting. Anyways, we'll still wrap it up as is. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate y'all. And check out Shack Pets. It's the ultimate battle for pet cuteness. It's a free app. You can pit your pets, pictures of your pets against other people's pets. Vote on which ones you think are the cutest, and all that jazz. Until the next time, thank you all for watching. We are signing off. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.